In this episode of the Dandy Funhouse podcast, I, your host Neil, will be unboxing and assembling the classic boxing game from Mattel, Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Now, you might be asking yourself, since an unboxing and assembly of a toy naturally lends itself to more of a visual experience. Now, how in the heck are you going to understand what's going on? Well, never fear, for I am here to narrate over the portions of the unboxing and assembly that require it so that you may better paint the picture in your mind's eye. And don't forget that this program is also released as both a video and a blog, so you can always head over to dandyfunhouse.com to watch or read this installment, depending on how you like to frivolitize with us. Are you ready? Step into the funhouse.
Where am I?
You just entered the Dandy Funhouse.
Hello and welcome to the Dandy Funhouse, the home of your favorite frivolities. I'm your host, Neil Smith, and today we're going to unbox an amazing toy from my childhood and perhaps from yours too. I'm talking about the bang 'em up, clang 'em up action of Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Now today I'm not doing an entire review. I'm just going to unbox this and you're going to see me attempt to assemble this thing. All right, now I ordered this online at Walmart for a pickup, because then you don't have to pay shipping if you just go by and pick it up, and I'm running around all the time. So I ordered it for pickup at one store, and they processed my order, and they took my money, and then they sent me a message saying, oh, sorry, we have to cancel your order. I guess they didn't have it in stock. Well, instead of canceling my order, since we have like 4 Walmarts in town, I think they would have done better by just telling me to go to a different store. They'll send it over to that store and ask me either approve or deny, and then I would have probably just said, yeah, I'll go to that one. So anyway, I did get my money back, and then I just put it in for a different store, which is actually about the same distance from me. And I went by and got it, and that was pretty darn easy. So Walmart, work on that a little bit. But anyway, let's crack this puppy open and let's see what we've got. So here we have it, Rock'em Sock'em Robots by Mattel Games. So Mattel's still the one in charge of this. Let's have a look at the box first. They kept I don't know if this is the same as the original box, but they sure went out of their way to keep that retro look about it. Probably because they expect people like me to buy it more than kids these days. I don't know. I don't know what their demographic is, but see, they did the kids in black and white here with the toy in color. So they are trying to do a throwback. There's no way around that. Just the whole patina of the graphics, even the way they did it. This is all very throwback. And this is great. Ages 6+, 2 players, adult assembly required. So I'm going to cut in here real quick and describe the box for our listening audience. I'm here holding the box, which is yellow and has a matte finish rather than glossy. The red and blue boxing robots on the front are drawn very basic, and their colors are slightly misaligned intentionally, and the colors are less than vibrant to give it that somewhat imperfect retro look. Knock his block off. Man, they aren't going for any points over here. And we got the little pickup label over here. I'll cover that. So I'll show you some of that. And yes, Walmart stuck the pickup label directly onto the box of my new prized possession. Gee, thanks, Walmart. And then we'll go over here. The original fighting robots. And then over here, it's kind of more of the same, and then exactly the same on that side. What is the back looking like? Okay, the back is like a picture of the toy. It's a classic game of battling robots. You power the punches, move into position, and hammer your opponent's robot until you knock his block off. Watch out, your block can be knocked off too. Steel crunching hooks, pile driving jabs, knock his block off. Heavyweight champion of the universe, the rugged Red Rocker versus the bruising Blue Bomber. Battle of the Giants, the fight to the finish. All right, scoring knockouts since 1964. Why don't we break it open? Oh, by the way, just so you know, not in this episode, but in our next episode, once I get this thing all assembled, I'm going to actually do a full-on review of this thing, and I am going to challenge somebody to a tournament. And that is going to be worth watching. So I definitely want you guys to come back for that. Not only am I going to give you the history of Rock'em Sock'em Robots, as well as have a tournament, but I'm also going to give you some late-breaking news about Rock'em Sock'em Robots that I think you're going to find real interesting, but that'll be in the next episode. Okay, so I got the tape off. Let's open the box here. Trying to keep the glare off of it for you guys. And let's just, I think we're just going to start emptying the stuff out, I think is the way to do this. I don't think I have to take too much care with this stuff. After all, they are fighting robots, and their job is to get violent with each other. Okay, so that is everything in the box. So we're going to take this box, we're going to kind of set it aside over here. Let's see what we got. These must be the assembly instructions. I had this when I was a kid. All right, so that's... And so, I mean, it's been a long time. Oh, here's the Blue Bruiser.
And here I am picking up the robots and pushing the little levers in their feet to make them throw punches.
And the Red Wrangler, I don't remember what their names are. Oh, Red Rocker. They've got their names on the back. Nice touch. Blue Bomber and Red Rocker. Blue Bomber's tag's a little crooked. That's okay. And, boy, these feel hardier than I remember. These, I gotta tell you, there is some weight to these fighters. That is good to see. Nice and solid. Let's get a little close-up look at that guy right there. And the Red Rocker. Sammy Hagar is going to like that. And then the Blue Bomber. All right. You just see their chins. You just push them down, if I remember right. And then the only thing that knocks their block off is a chin blow. So you got to go.
And I'm flicking the chins of the robots to make their heads pop up and away from their shoulders.
That gets them. I remember there being more sound there. It was like a bzzz when their chins would go. Now they just kind of pop up. But I do believe it does feel like they are better quality than they were back in the day. I can't imagine there's a whole lot to this. I think you just do that. This is stuff for the outer ring, and I think we're just going to put them in there and put the Blue Bomber in here.
And of course, like any typical guy, here I go, ham-handedly attempting to assemble all the various components without reading the instructions, which, had I taken a moment to read, things would have gotten assembled in the proper order and much simpler and faster. But what's the fun in that?
Okay. And then what's going on over here? These are their platforms. Okay. They have their platforms. Ha 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 ha. There we go. And then the little thingy-majobber bobbers go right there. Do their feet hook in? Yes, there's little tabs for their feet to kind of click in. I think this is going to just click into place.
The robots stand on platforms, which their feet click into, and you move them around with some long arms, for lack of a better term, which extend from beneath the boxing ring, and you make your fighter throw punches via two thumb-controlled buttons at the end of the long arms. I hope that made sense.
Yes, it clicks into place. All right, so you got them on the little stand there, and obviously these go on top of these little doohickeys. There's a couple little nubs standing up, and I gotta guess you must just...
And here I am trying to snap the platforms which the robots stand on into the control arms underneath the boxing ring after snapping the fighters onto their platforms. This is where I made my mistake from not reading the instructions, and it made everything a lot more difficult than it should have been. You see, you're actually supposed to snap the platforms onto the control arms first, and then snap your fighter's feet into the platforms. This is why I'm fumbling and struggling so much here.
Do they snap in at all? Actually, the bases do look like they kind of snap in there. Ah, there, we have successfully seated them in. There we go. You'd almost think at some point I probably ought to look at the instructions, huh? Ah, I think we got it. There we go. It looks like the ropes for the ring are already set up.
And what I mean here is that the ropes which go around the ring and their upright posts are already attached to one another, so that you don't have to string them together. You do still need to snap the posts into place into the ring, which also proved to be a bit of a challenge because the ropes were a bit tight. And as a result, every time I would try to insert the final post into the ring with the ropes attached, the tension of the ropes would cause another post to pop out. So I struggled with this a bit, but I did eventually get enough stretch in the ropes to get this final component of the Rock'em Sock'em Robots assembled.
By the way, if you've ever wondered, these things right here, these posts right here, they're called stanchions. Put the ring post in. Oh, dang it. All right, well, I might have to use my own string and give it a little extra length. Oh, there we go. Just distribute around there, and I think we're good to go here. Here are our robots, people. You turn them around like that so we get a better view that way. I can fight myself. Wait. Wait. Nobody's. I'm hitting direct blows here, and I don't see anyone's block getting knocked off. But that's how it goes. Anyway, I will practice on this for a while. I think there we go. I am here punching this guy in the face, and he just will not. Obviously, you want to be the blue guy, apparently. There we go. Anyway, folks, there you go. Rock'em Sock'em Robots in the year 2021. The grand unboxing. I'm Neil Smith of Dandy Funhouse. You guys, come on back and I will do a full-on review, as well as the history of Rock'em Sock'em Robots and some latest up-and-coming news. Is there any kind of hint I can get you about the up-and-coming news? Coming soon to a near you. All right, guys, subscribe, like, tell me your thoughts, tell me your history with the Rock'em Sock'em Robots in the comments, show notes, depending on how you're frivolitizing with us today. Or if you'd like to support future productions of this kind of stuff that I do, just go to the website, dandyfunhouse.com, and check out our patronage page. And you can also find past episodes there. This is a video show as well as a podcast and a blog. So whether you like to watch, listen, or read, dandyfunhouse.com is where we got you covered, okay? All right. I'll see you next time here at the Dandy Funhouse, where everything is always fun and dandy.
Come here. If you've enjoyed this episode of the Dandy Funhouse and wish to support future productions, look for the Funhouse supporter links in the description, comments, or show notes to contribute via your favorite method, or just visit dandyfunhouse.com. Supporters gain access to exclusive bonus material for the episode they are contributing to, and Funhouse Super supporters get special prizes. Thank you for being a part of the Dandy Funhouse, where everything is always
Fun and dandy.